Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sky to B Show. Story today is when her aircraft's canopy was torn off and the landing gear failed. Captain Taylor By pulled off a difficult emergency landing. This by Jesse Beckett. In 2020, Captain Taylor By of the U.S. Air Force's 75th Fighter Squadron was honored with the Air Combat Command Airmanship Award for an extraordinary demonstration of skill and calm under extreme pressure. While piloting an A-10C Thunderbolt II, she encountered a critical emergency. The aircraft's canopy was torn off mid-flight, and the landing gear failed to extend. Facing these perilous conditions, Captain Bai maintained exceptional composure. Relying on her extensive training and sharp decision-making, she expertly executed a belly landing, safely bringing the damaged plane back to the ground. Her swift actions and precise control not only ensured her survival, but also earned widespread respect, setting a high bar for airmanship in military aviation. After what the Air Force called a catastrophe failure, Taylor By skillfully landed her A-10C safely, despite a malfunction with the 30 mm GAU-8 Avenger during a flight over Grand Bay Range at Moody Air Force Base in Georgia. The malfunction caused the cockpit canopy to come off and damage the landing gear systems. However, Bai's expertise and precision allowed her to land the damaged aircraft safely. Looking back on the incident, she later said, "My initial reaction was to climb away from the ground and then look at my engines." The amazing thing about the A-10 is even though all these things happened, I had two perfectly working engines and hydraulic systems. Taylor By was the flight leader on the day of the incident, accompanied by her wingman Major Jack Ingber. Following the malfunction, Ingber visually inspected her A-10C to help establish what had gone wrong. "I slowed down the aircraft, and that's when Ingber took over my jet," By explained. "The trust in this community and the Air Force in general, but specifically this fighter squadron, is huge because I'm completely relying on him to let me know what's going on so I can take the proper action and get both him and I back on the ground safely." Ingber explained, "When anything unusual happens, it's apparent and very easy to spot it and fix it." He added, "It's my primary job to think of everything that Bai is not, because she has a massive handful of an airplane that is falling apart." After assessing how serious the situation was, Bai managed to land a 20-ton aircraft without using the landing gear. To ensure the powerful 350 mile per hour winds hitting the cockpit, she adjusted her seat, even though it made it harder for her to see what was around her. "I guess I was nervous the whole time, but I didn't have time to think about being nervous," the pilot explained. "My job was to take care of myself and to take care of the jet." Thankfully, she brought the A-10C down safely and emerged unscathed. Reflecting on the event, Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Jocko, JOCA, commander of the 75th Fighter Squadron, emphasized, "What's most important is preventing total loss of the A-10, or even worse, her life," and added, "There are some steps that were covered in the checklist. The rest was just superb airmanship and decision making." The A-10 Thunderbolt II is renowned for its durability and dependability, yet even this tough aircraft can suffer critical malfunctions. In 2017, Major Brett DeVries of the 107th Fighter Squadron at Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Michigan faced a crisis strikingly similar to that of Captain Taylor By. A failure in the A-10's GAU-8 Avenger cannon resulted in the cockpit canopy being blown off mid-flight, while the landing gear also became inoperative. Despite the severe damage, Major DeVries remained composed and expertly performed a belly landing, touching down safely with no injuries. His poise and rapid decision-making under extreme stress earned him widespread commendations. underscoring how vital training, experience, and bravery are during life or death situations. Since she managed to skillfully and safely land her A-10 with minimal damage under similarly peerless circumstances, Taylor Bai earned the Air Combat Command Airmanship Award. Wow. Yeah, I just don't even like flying in airplanes myself, but to do that, that is incredible. Hats off to you all the Air Force pilots. So let's look at some memorable days. July 4th, 1776, of course, Congress officially proclaims the Declaration of Independence. 1796, the first Independence Day is celebrated, 20 years after they proclaimed the Declaration. 1802, West Point U.S. Military Academy opened in New York. In 1803, the U.S. government informed citizens about the Louisiana Purchase. In 1818, the U.S. Flag Act of 1818 created a 13-striped flag with a star for each state. Goes into effect, stars added as states were added. In 1826, former President Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both died on the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. How about that? How weird that is. What's the chances? 1827, New York abolishes slavery. In 1862, Lewis Carroll tells Alice Little a story. Later publishes Alice Adventures in Wonderland, which is, I think, now called Alice in Wonderland. 1888, the first organized rodeo competition is held in Arizona. In 1942, Americans bomb locations in Nazi Germany for the first time. In 1966, President Johnson signs the Freedom of Information Act. In 1970, Casey Kasem's American Top 40 debuts. In 1997, the Pathfinder space probe, NASA lands on Mars. Today is Alice in Wonderland Day, and also today is National Caesar Salad Day. Also, it's National Barbecue Spare Ribs Day, because today is also Independence Day in the United States. So happy 4th of July to everybody. I hope you all have a great holiday. I hope you have a safe holiday. Remember, if you drink, don't drive. Remember, if you drink, don't drive boats. We've seen a lot of boat accidents out there. Just have a great holiday. You and all your family. Enjoy yourself. Happy 4th of July. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a great day, great night, whatever the case may be. We'll see you next time on the Scotty B Show.